Hello everyone and welcome. This channel is about learning Russian and I'm your tutor, Alla M. Today we're going to learn how to read. Reading Russian is actually really easy. You can just sound the words out the way they're spelled. All right, I'm going to share my screen with you right now. Here we go. Sharing my screen. Let's start. The Russian language has 5 letters in common with English. These letters are A, O, K, M, T. Here's the uppercase. That's the lowercase. One more time. A, O, K, M, T. Knowing that, you can read these Russian words right away. Кто, кот, тот, там. One more time. Кто, кот, тот, там. I hope you didn't find it difficult. Just like I said, reading Russian is easy, and I'm going to show you that. Yes, you can just sound the words out the way they're spelled. To simplify, let's say that one Russian letter corresponds to one sound. All Russian letters, except for O, are pronounced in only one way. Again, it's a simplification. I will explain more on how to read the Russian letter O in another video. I will record another video explaining that. For now, let's just memorize that all Russian letters are pronounced in only one way, except for, you guessed it, O. The Russian A is pronounced like the A as in father. The Russian O is pronounced like the O as in the word more. The only reading rule that we're going to learn in this lesson is the following. When O is not stressed, you should pronounce it like A. That's the only reading rule that we are going to learn. If you remember this, you'll be able to read any Russian text. Isn't that cool? I think it's awesome. Let's move on to the next slide. So, we're going to use visual mnemonics to memorize the Russian alphabet. And I'm going to explain how to actually do that along the way. So the idea is simple. We'll find English words that contain the approximate English equivalents for the Russian sound that we're willing to learn. And then we're going to turn each letter into an easy-to-remember image that corresponds to a Russian sound. The first group of letters, false friends. S, V, R, Y, N. We shall call them false friends because they look the same as in English, but they make different sounds. You might see one of these letters and think to yourself, ah, I know this one. But nope, it may look the same, but it makes a completely different sound. S, V, R, Y, N. We call them false friends, and you can see why. All right, now I'm gonna show you the mnemonics, right? This one is S. S as in circle, circle. Let's use this exact word to memorize this letter, to memorize this sound. S as in circle. And what I'm showing you today is the sounds, right? So I'm showing you the letters and the sounds that they produce, right? S as in the word circle. It's not a full circle, but you got the idea. This one is V. V as in the English word vase. Let's turn this letter into an image of a vase. And we can even draw some flowers on top of it. And in our mind, we'll connect this image to the Russian V sound. One more time. V, vase, V. This is R. It's a rolling R sound. R is commonly confused with the English letter that looks the same. To prevent that from happening, let's turn it into an image of a tennis racket and connect this image to the R sound so we can retain it. R as in the word racket. R, racket. Right, so that's how we use the mnemonics, right? And right here, you have this beautiful image of a tennis racket. R, that's the rolling R sound. R. The next one is yeah. This is yeah. Yeah as in the English word yes. Yes, yes will be our mnemonic. Here's the uppercase. That's the lowercase. They are different. Keep that in mind. This is n. N as in never. I thought I was never going to find a good mnemonic for this one, but then I came up with the trick. And that's how the English N turns into the Russian N. N as in never. Here's a useful Russian word, нет. It means no. Нет. Нет means no. Let's recap the letters that we've just learned. S as in circle, V as in vase, R as in racket, Е as in yes, N as in нет. S, V, R, Е, N. One more time. S, V, R, Е, N. Good. Good. And now we can read and translate. I'm positive you can translate these words as well. So there is a reason I've picked the following words. So you can pause the video right here and then come back, right? Pause it right here and practice on your own. And now I'm gonna read the list of words out loud for you. Нос, мама, томат, ресторан. One more time. Нос, мама, томат, ресторан. The reason I'm reading tomat, the reason I'm saying in here is the previous rule. Remember how we said when the O is not stressed, you must read it as tomat. In this word, O is not stressed, so I'm reading it as okay? To learn more about this rule, watch another video on how to read the Russian O. Okay, can you translate these words? I think you can. I think you can. It's actually easy. So the next slide will be the translation. If you're not yet ready to see the translation, pause it right here, okay? So now the next slide is the translation. Нос, мама, томат, ресторан. Okay, let's move to the next one. Good. The next group of letters is D, I, P, L. Russian letter D. D as in drone. With a little bit of imagination, we can transform this letter into an image of a drone. That's the picture that I have for you. I hope it helps. I think it's a good mnemonic. D as in drone. Well, when we say drone, it's not like the the exact same sound, but it's very close to the Russian D. The Russian D is a bit harder, right? So let's try and pronounce it together. D, D, D as in drone. Good. This is E. E as in impulse. Let's imagine this letter being a part of an impulse. E as in impulse. E. E. Russian letter P. P as in pants. This one looks like pants. It's a silly mnemonic, so you'll have no problem retaining it, right? So it is actually good that this mnemonic is a little bit silly because your brain remembers weird stuff. P as in the word pants. It does look like pants, so let's not overcomplicate it. P as in the word pants. P. P. Good. Let's move on. This is L. It looks a lot like the previous one, but something's up with the left part of it. L as in left. Left. Left will be the mnemonic for the letter L. L as in the word left. L. And now we are ready to recap. D as in drone. E as in impulse. P as in pants. L as in left. D, E, P, L. One more time, let's pronounce it together. D, E, P, L. You did great. And now we are ready to read and translate. So just like I said, the reason I've picked the words that I've picked is that it is easy to translate them. Even if you don't know any Russian at all, you can translate these words. Isn't that cool? All right, so now let's read them, okay? And again, I would encourage you to stop the video right here and then come back. Let's read them. Актриса. Адрес. Аспирин. Клиника. Доктор. Лампа. Лимон. Лимонад. Leopard. And now I want you to translate the words. I believe you can do it right away. All right, so the next slide will be the translation. How many of these did you get right? I hope all of them. All right, one more time. Актриса, адрес, аспирин, клиника, доктор, лампа, лимон, лимонад, leopard. I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking like, wow, that was easy. I told you it is actually easy when you know how to do it. Let's take a look at the next group of letters. And by now, 14 letters learned out of 33. 19 more letters left. That's a good progress. That's a good progress, guys. And the next group of letters is U, B, F, G, Ya. U, B, F, G, Ya. U. Russian letter U. U as in goofy. This letter is goofy looking. Let's learn it by this word. U, goofy. U. That's letter B. B as in brother. It looks almost like the English B, but with a little hat on top. So let's say the letters are siblings. Here's the uppercase. That's the lowercase. They are different, so keep that in mind. B as in the word brother. b, b. This one is f, f, f as in flower. The shape does look like a flower, doesn't it? Beautiful flower. So let's learn this letter using this mnemonic of a flower. F, flower. And this is g. The shape looks like gallows to me. G as in the word gallows. G. So not all the letters have beautiful mnemonics attached to them. This one is G as in gallows. And that's someone who tried to learn the Russian alphabet on their own without my help. That's what I'm talking about. You see what I mean? Yep. So that's the idea of the mnemonics that I'm showing you, right? So there's a letter and it looks like something to us, right? So that's what we need. That's exactly what we need. We're going to use it, right? So the shape of this letter, G, does look like gallows. So let's use it. So whenever you see this letter G, think of a gallows, and then you will come up with the sound quickly. Okay, next slide. The next letter is ya. Ya as in yacht. There aren't many words in English starting with this sound, so we have to use the best one we can find, and we're gonna draw a yacht. Ya. Ya also translates as I in Russian. So here you go. You just learned a new word. Ya as in yacht. Ya also means I in Russian. I. Ya. Let's recap. U, B, F, G, Ya. U as in goofy, B as in brother, F as in flower, G as in gallows, Ya as in yacht. Good, good, wonderful. More words to practice. More words to practice. And again, you gotta stop it right here and then come back after you've practiced all the words on your own. I'm gonna read it out loud now. Бар, босс, кофе, флаг, агент, идея, август, банан, банк, баскетбол, клоун, комфорт, копия, фермер, футбол. I want you to translate all the words right now. I want you to translate them. I believe in you. You can do it. One more time. Бар, босс, кофе, флаг, агент, идея, август, банан, банк, баскетбол, клоун, комфорт, копия, фермер, футбол. And now I'm going to show you the translation. So pause it right here if you are not ready to see the translation yet. Here's the translation. Here we go. I hope you got it right. How many of these did you get right? I hope all of them. Good. Are we ready for the next part? Let's move to the next part. Let's take a look at the next group of letters. Yo, Y, Z, J, Ch, H. Yo, Y, Z, J, Ch, H. That's yo. Yo as in the word yolk. So let's draw two yolks on top of this letter. That's the image that I have for you. Yo, as in the word yolk. I hope the image is helpful. I believe it is helpful. Here's the uppercase. That's the lowercase. Keep in mind they are different. Uppercase, yo, lowercase, yo. Good. That's yeah. Yeah, like the last sound in the word toy. Let's use the image of a yo-yo toy. I had one as a kid, but I don't know if you guys are familiar with them. These things are cool. Yeah, as in the word yo-yo or toy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's z. Z as in zodiac. To me, it looks like some kind of a newfound zodiac sign. All right, so z as in the word zodiac. Z. Don't know much about astrology though. Z as in the word zodiac. J. This is J. J as in pleasure. There aren't many words in the English language containing this sound. So this word pleasure is not even English. Let's be honest, it's not even English. It came from French. So let's use this word, right? Let's use the best word we can find to memorize the sound J. Pleasure, that's the mnemonic that I have for you guys. J is right here in the middle. J. This is ch. Ch as in charger. This one does look like a charger, don't you think? I think it does. Ch. Charger. Ch. Okay, the next one is a little bit difficult, okay? So pay attention. That's h. We don't have this sound in English. The closest we can get would be gh or kh, like in the German name Bach or Spanish name Juan. I don't speak any Spanish, so excuse me if I didn't pronounce it right. Bach. So I do speak a little bit of German though. So Bach is probably the best example for this letter. H as in the German word Bach. Big shout out to my German students. I love you guys. So, just like I said, not the letter nor the sound exists in English. So let's circle it in red and remember that there is simply no sound like that in the English language. But they have it in German and some other languages you might be familiar with. H as in the German name Bach. H, h, h. Good. Let's recap what we've learned. Yo, y, z, j, ch, h. One more time, I want you to pronounce it with me. Yo, y, z, j, ch, h. Yo as in the word yoke, y as in toy, z as in zodiac, j as in pleasure, ch as in charger, h as in Bach. Good, so now you can read and translate the following words. Here's the list of words. Please stop it right here, practice on your own, and then come back. All right, let's read the words together. Чек, жираф, актер, музей, зебра, архив, хот-дог, капучино. Good. Here's the translation. Чек, жираф, актер, музей, зебра, архив, хот-дог, капучино. Good, good. Only 8 more letters left. Only 8 more letters left. Can you imagine? Let's look at the next group of letters. U, C, I, E. Russian letter U. U as in unicycle. So I have this image of a little unicycle for you. U as in the word unicycle, right? So again, that's how the visual mnemonics work, right? You see the letter U, you think of a unicycle, it reminds you of a unicycle. The word unicycle starts with the U, which is an approximate English equivalent for the Russian letter U. Good. The next one is Russian letter C. C. Again, we don't have it in English, unfortunately. The closest we can get is C, as in the word pizza, right? So here we go. You have this sound in the word pizza. In Russian, I say it like pizza, pizza, C. So C, C, and the mnemonic for this sound is pizza. Big shout out to my Italian students. I love you guys. Let's move to the next sound. Ui. That's ui. It's a very deep sound that goes deeper than e. It's a very tense sound as well, a unique one. So think tension in your throat when you pronounce it. Linguists call this sound the close central unrounded vowel, which means that the lips are not rounded as you pronounce it, right? As you're pronouncing this sound, your lips are not rounded. That's why they call it unrounded vowel, right? So pay attention to how I'm pronouncing it now. Ui, ui. You see, my lips are not rounded. I say ui. So the tip is this. Think tension plus the lips are not rounded. Ui. So the rough English equivalent could be found somewhere between the American her and the word bill. The last word can help us memorize the sound. So, well, actually, one of my students came up with this mnemonic, right? My student, Madison, she came up with this mnemonic, so all the credit goes to Madison. Pay the bill, right? Uy, uy. Here we have the image of this Russian letter uy. Here it is highlighted in orange. Uy, uy, uy. And here's the mnemonic to memorize it. Good. That's e. E. E as an egg. So let's think of an egg with a crack in the middle. Here's the crack. E. E as in egg. Let's practice. And you know what to do. You know what to do. Pause it, practice, come back. Let's read. Эффект. Юка. Центр. Музыка. Поэт. Чипсы. Джинсы. Сэндвич. Эксперт. And you guessed it, I'm going to show you the translation now. Эффект, юка, центр, музыка, поэт, чипсы, джинсы, Сэндвич, эксперт. Wonderful. And finally, the last group of Russian letters. The last one, can you believe it? It's the hardest one, so I need you to pay attention, okay? Sh, sh, soft sign, hard sign. Russian letter sh, sh as in shish kebab. That's a beautiful mnemonic. I love this one. I love this one. Sh, sh. I hope it helps. One more time. Let's pronounce this sound together. Sh. And that's sh. It's the same thing, but with a tail. The difference between them is very slight, so don't worry if you can't hear the difference between sh and sh yet. Most beginners cannot hear the difference. The closest English equivalent would be a double sh, as in the phrase push ships. We kind of have a rough equivalent right there, where the two words collide, right? We kind of have a rough equivalent of the Russian sound sh right here, where the words collide, in the phrase push ships. If you pronounce it like that, push ships, you can hear it. It's right there in the middle, okay? Sh. So it's the same, but with a tail, right? Here's the tail. Good. So I don't have a good mnemonic for it, but maybe you could come up with something. If you come up with something, let me know in the comments. That would be wonderful if you could come up with something. And please, please put it in the comments if you have a good mnemonic for it, okay? So, but that's the only one. That's the only I have no mnemonic for. So I hope that's okay. Let's move on. This one is sh, sh. Good. The last two letters, guys, are the Russian soft sign and the Russian hard sign. Okay, this is important. They don't produce any sounds on their own, but they tell the sound that comes before them what to do. One more time, they tell the sound that comes before them what to do, and I'm going to explain it in a second. Soft sign, hard sign. Let's take a closer look at them. That's the soft sign. It simply tells you that the letter that comes before this sign should be pronounced softer. That's why they call it soft sign. It does not produce any sound on its own. So let's take a look at the example right away, shall we? Мальчик, мальчик. Right here in red, you have the soft sign. So the soft sign simply tells the preceding L that it should be softer, right? So the soft sign tells the L that it is in fact no longer the sound L. From now on, it is L, L. It must sound softer. So what I'm saying is мальчик, мальчик. Okay, so let's imagine if the soft sign was not there, right? If we didn't have it, we would have to say мальчик, мальчик. Can you hear the difference? Мальчик with no soft sign, мальчик, мальчик with the soft sign, right? So that's what this soft sign does. It tells the letter before it that it must sound softer. And I have to say мальчик, мальчик. That's the right way to read it. Let's try together. Мальчик. Amazing. And that's the hard sign. What it tells you is that you should pronounce two sounds separately. It tells you to pause a little bit before saying the next sound and to not pronounce two sounds jointly. This letter is extremely rare, so don't worry about it. Seriously, we have like 20 words with it. Time to practice what we've learned. The very first word that we have in here contains this heart sign, right? It has the heart sign. Объект. Объект. Can you hear what I just did? I am not pronouncing b and ye jointly because I have the heart sign right here in the middle. Right here in the middle, it tells me that I must say объект. Объект. If we didn't have the heart sign, if we didn't have it, I would have to say объект, объект. I would join the letter b with the letter ye, and I would say объект. But the heart sign is here, and it tells me that I must read it as объект, объект. Okay. So the rest of the words, I want you to practice on your own and then come back. Let's read them together. Number 2. Шторм. Шанс. Борщ. Роль. Госпиталь. Фильм. All right, guys. I believe you can translate all the 7 words right here. Well, except for maybe number 4, right? I don't know if you knew, борщ is a soup. It's very popular in Ukraine as well as in Russia, and it's very popular in some other countries. Борщ is a soup. The rest of it, I believe you can translate on your own, and that's exactly what you're going to do. I want you to translate the words, and I want you to put the answer in the comments, right? Put the answer in the comments section, and I'm going to read through the comments. Good. So let's read them out loud together. Объект, шторм, шанс, борщ, роль, госпиталь, фильм. And again, I will not show you the translation for the words. I want you to translate them on your own, and I want you to put the answer in the comments. And that's it. Congratulations on learning the Russian alphabet. We did it. Can you believe it? It's that simple. It's that simple. So now let's read all the sounds together, okay? Let's read all the letters together. And what I'm going to do right now is I will read the sounds, okay? I'm reading the sounds. I'm not reading the names of the letters, because the names of the letters, you're gonna need them for spelling the words out, right? That's like the only situation that you might need the names of the letters for, right? To be able to read Russian texts, to be able to read Russian, you only need to learn the sounds, okay? So that's what we just did, and let's read all the sounds, all the letters out loud. A, B, V, G, D, Е, Ё, Ж, Z, I, Е, К, Л, М, Н, О, П, Р, С, Т, У, Ф, Х, Ц, Ч, Ш, Щ, hard sign, И, soft sign, Ю, Я. That's it. I'm gonna stop sharing now. This is it, guys. you've just learned how to read Russian. Isn't that great? I think it's awesome. So from now on, you're able to read any Russian text, and it was easy, wasn't it? It is easy. So congratulations on learning the Russian alphabet. And like this video, if you found it helpful, like this video, subscribe if you want me to record more Russian lessons for you. And thank you for watching. See you. You guys have a great day.